Alone says, if you could choose any quarterback ever, not named Tom Brady or Joe Montana, who would you choose and why? Okay, let's say this. Even if Tom Brady and Joe Montana were available, I wouldn't pick them. I would pick Russell Wilson. Russell Wilson, in my opinion, is the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my entire life. And if I had to build a football team, he would be my first pick all time. There's nobody I would rather build a football team ever in the history of the NFL than Russell Wilson. And I'm not a homer. I know I'm from the Pac-12. I'm from the Northwest. And people are going to go, you're a homer. Dude, I trash in the Northwest all the time. I'm very honest about this area. They're not great. I think people don't watch enough Russell Wilson. If Russell Wilson was a New York Giants quarterback, he'd be considered like the next big thing. He'd be a mega superstar. He's a superstar as it is in Seattle. If he was the quarterback of the New York Giants, Russell Wilson would be the biggest deal since sliced bread. You know, I was talking about Tom Brady the other day. I was talking about how nobody could win with the help he's received. You know, Tom Brady has a good defense and a good coach, but his offensive line is terrible. His receivers are a mess. He's got no running game. And Tom Brady, and people are like, well, Zach, he has a defense. Yeah. Is the defense catching passes for Tom Brady? Is Bill Belichick going out there and pass blocking for Tom Brady? They're not. They're not. So stop the nonsense that Tom Brady has a bunch of help. He has help maybe from his defense. Tom Brady does not have help on offense. And I said Tom Brady's the only quarterback who could go 10-1 with the help that he has. That's not true. There are like maybe 4 quarterbacks in the NFL that could. I think I got caught up in the moment and just was going. Russell Wilson could win with the Patriots. Russell Wilson, I'm confident, could win with nearly any team. Last year, I can't remember who ranked them this way, but somebody ranked the Seahawks offensive line 31st in pass protection. And Russell Wilson went 10-6 and won a lot. Russell Wilson can win with less more than anybody I've ever seen in my entire life. Not to mention, he's a great leader. He went to Wisconsin and was named a captain in 2 weeks when he transferred. They're like, oh, this guy's a stud. We love him. He elevated Wisconsin. When's the one time in the last, 20 years, Wisconsin had a good quarterback finally? Russell Wilson. Man, oh my gosh, he's so good. He has been in Seattle for years, and people just forget about him. And he's won with such a small amount of help. He's got DK Metcalf, who struggles to catch the ball, who can't catch jump balls. Russell Wilson throws jump balls to DK Metcalf all the time, and he can't catch them. I don't understand why Russell Wilson isn't considered to be better than he like we talk about Aaron Rodgers and Patrick Mahomes. Russell Wilson's the greatest quarterback I've ever seen in my life. I wish more people would embrace him. I think some people just don't appreciate him for how good he is. He wins with nothing. And not nothing. He's got some people around him. I'm sure someone's going to get offended about that. But the ability to win with an offensive line, like Tom Brady's surviving with a bad offensive line, right? Tom Brady has a bad offensive line in New England, and he's not playing great, but he's surviving it, and they're winning games. Russell Wilson could thrive with that. His ability to extend plays is like nobody else. So if I had to pick one quarterback all time to build around, one player all time to build around, my personal choice, leadership, ability, work ethic. He says and does all the right stuff. He's an incredible face of your franchise. I am building around Russell Wilson, and there's nobody else close to me, in my opinion.